Hey everybody, what's good? Today's edutainment is the novel Dracula by Bram Stoker. This story is a little different than the common street novel. Bram gives us the story in bits and pieces through letters and journal entries written by the main characters. When the story starts, Jonathan the Harker is just arriving in Transylvania to take care of business. Ho-hum, so full of blood and happiness. He tells the village people he's on his way to see Dracula, and they look at him like he's crazy out of his mind. Boy, you're out of your mind. Jonathan thinks the Count seems like an upstanding member of society. That is, until his razor slips and he draws a little blood while shaving. Oh snap. My suspicions are aroused. All this crazy weird stuff starts happening in the castle around him, and John starts to get the impression he needs to get the heck out of there. This place is the pits! There's this girl that Jonathan is crazy about. Her name is Mina. Later on in the story, she goes to visit her friend Lucy. Yoo-hoo, Lucy! Lucy's got curves in all the right places. She's got these three menfolk trying to put a ring on it, but Arthur's the only one that doesn't suck. You're my best, Arthur. Then things take a turn for the unsettling when a ship from Castle Dracula gets too up close and personal with the rocks on the shore. Everyone is confused by this because there are a bunch of weird stuff about this ship. A whole bunch of boxes of dirt, a giant dog that just takes off, and a dead body tied down like a box of cookies. Who ties things down like this? Then Lucy starts sleepwalking. Mina follows her one night and finds her in a graveyard with a mysterious hooded figure getting way too intimate with the blood out of her neck. You are being entirely too intimate! Hooded dude runs off, leaving two marks in Lucy's neck that look mysteriously like the marks that come from plastic Dracula fangs. Lucy's health takes a turn for the real bad. My health feels real bad. So one of Lucy's boy toys, Dr. Seward, makes a call to his old professor, Dr. Van Helsing. The professor gets a look at Lucy's neck and confirms real vampire teeth are to blame, not the plastic ones. I hate to say it, but there's nothing plastic about this. They try to save her. Quincy, Seward, Van Helsing, and Arthur all give her some of their own blood to try to bring her up to full health. Maximum effort! Their attempts don't quite cut it though, and poor Lucy dies. Next, Van Helsing hears that some little kids in the neighborhood have been getting cut up. Van Helsing doesn't appreciate that, so he gets Lucy's old flames and tells them that Lucy went and got turned into a vampire. She's got to be turned into a dead thing. Again. Only living people get to cut up little kids. After changing Lucy's status to dead again, the boys team up with Mina and Jonathan and make the plan to get rid of the main troublemaker, Count Dracula. Turns out that Dracula is one step ahead of them though. He gets Mina in his clutches and pumps the bad blood into her veins. She's going to turn out the same way as Lucy if they're not careful. The only way to save Mina is to get rid of the vampire that started her on the journey that sucks a lot. But to do that, they have to find all of the little boxes of home dirt Dracula brought with him and scatter them like a batch of bad apples. Dracula is put on his heels by Jonathan and the gang. He heads back to Transylvania to try and regroup, but the kids that fight vampires just follow him and stab him with a stake when he gets there. Jonathan and Mina head home and have a little. They name him Quincy, in honor of the one they lost in the fight against evil. Let's think about things from the original reader's perspective. If I'm a Victorian person reading about vampires, I almost certainly do not think that women should have boy toys. The image of a woman having multiple men chasing after her, as well as a woman holding her own in a fight against a vampire, would have been an image that stuck to their brains like Hubba Bubba. Another big old neon sign of a message would have been that nicely packaged people aren't always nice. Dracula is a rich, well-off count who has all the outward appearances of good breeding and high class, something that would have been extremely important to the original Victorian reader. There's nothing scarier than a bud who refuses to be put into a stereotype box. Remember, it is not the first time that your veins have appeased my thirst. For more entertaining education, hit that button that's next to the like button, the subscribe one. You got it. Catch you on the flippity flip.